What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
It's cheesy, it's breezy, I feel a little queasy, let's go! Too much cheese.
Just let it sit, man. You were fine. It was good. You don't need a reflective close. You were good. That was great. I liked it. Everything about it was good.
Sometimes you have too much cheese.
That's true.
Now, did you say it's breezy?
Yeah, it's been breezy around here in Arizona. Stormy this morning.
It's real. It's real current. That really resonates.
Local weather.
Really resonates with the listeners.
This day, while we're recording, which is clearly probably not the day you're listening to this, in my neighborhood,
Oh,
It's breezy.
it's very breezy.
It is blustery.
It's probably breezy in some other places.
Yeah.
I mean, they might be saying, how did you know it was breezy?
And I'm eating cheese. This is crazy. I feel sick, too.
Somebody out there's eating cheese on a breezy day other than
And they're
Jason.
queasy.
And
Welcome.
they're named Brandon.
Oh.
I'm talking to you, Brandon.
Brandon, put the cheese down.
You've had enough. Spitballers, episode 169. Would you rather? Is this real life? And a very appropriate best cheese-based foods draft. So, getting back to things we know.
And Jason has the first pick. Is that correct?
That is.
Yeah.
So are we starting with the second pick?
Probably.
Okay.
Oh, because it's an auto
Yes.
101.
Now, there's a lot of, we all said when we were thinking about cheese-based foods today before the show got started, that all of a sudden more and more came to mind. So there are some things, there's some strategy here.
It's true because literally after I thought of 10 things, I thought of something that absolutely rivals the 101. Like, I could go another way here today. I could.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I dare you.
Well, we'll get into that shortly.
And then I dare Andy to pass on it too.
Spitballerspod.com. You can head over there to the website, become an official Spitwad supporter of the show. And what do they get, Al? Do they get stuff for that?
Ad-free episodes.
Ad-free episodes.
And
Sweet.
they are I go there first for content ideas.
And don't you release them sooner over there too?
Yes, early release.
Oh, okay.
Friday.
Way to leave that
Man,
out.
I was getting there.
Yeah, didn't sound like it.
Not getting
It was
there.
bullet points.
You were done.
So you can do that. That's also jointhespit.com. Does that work?
Yep, spitwadsquad.com.
Okay.
Seriously.
We've got all that. We should register a new one every week for a year.
We should just mass confusion.
That
If you
would
want to
be-
support our show, go to spitatus.com.
Spitty bang bang.
Support the Spit supporters. All right. But no, really, it's Join the Spit.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you, all of you. Thank you for your reviews. We read them all. They are wonderful, and you're a kind people. And, this has been fun. We've done this show for quite a while. Started releasing the Spit hits, so you got a couple episodes of the show. Because we've got we've got a lot of episodes now.
Some say too many.
Yeah, that's fair. And
Those
No.
people are my parents.
stop it. Stop
You're making
recording.
a fool of yourself.
You bring shame upon
Michael.
this house.
And then since then you've worn lipstick on the fantasy footballers, so
Yeah.
so they're making them proud.
Did happen.
There are people out there that work slightly harder than you do to make a living.
Hey, man, work smarter.
Let's get going.
Would you rather?
All right. Manuel from Patreon says, "Would you rather have clown makeup appear on your face every time you get angry, or would you rather have to obnoxiously clap your hands every time that you laugh?"
Mike would have a problem on this show.
This is a Mike Wright special.
Do tell.
Because look, I if you've ever listened to the show, I am an easy laugh. I'm with two very funny people right here and one incredibly unfunny producer, but the two funny people, they make me laugh a lot. So it would turn into me clapping all the time. And
That would be obnoxious.
And it would be a little bit of, I mean, get a little, hey,
oh, man.
that is so much worse.
Yeah, that's how I pictured it, though.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it like yours was a little entertaining. You kind of made a beat out of it. Jason's was the obnoxious kind of laughter I would
Mine
imagine.
was more like a seal. They got
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's the fins.
Yeah.
But and that would happen to me all the time. But in the household, look, we all have 3 children.
We get angry.
Dad face is a regular occurrence.
Oh, man.
In the household, and if every time that happened,
You go to bed right now.
that you're trying to lay down the law, you turn into Bozo the clown.
Here's the thing.
It would be good for you.
I was gonna say
would
the
be
same
good for
thing.
you.
It would actually be good.
Would you
Dad,
stay,
your nose is starting to
would you
turn
stay
red.
calm?
I can tell you what I would do because this has kind of happened before. Not magically
Not clown
turning into a
makeup.
clown face, but there's been times where, like, my wife and I, we don't get in many arguments. We don't fight, but we've been married for 15 years. So there's been times where
There's been some
where
disagreements.
and I have this. I think she calls it a bunny rabbit face. Like when I get
I
really,
thought it was
really
mousy.
when I get really, really mad, I like scrunch my nose up and make like a little
Okay.
scrunchy nose. And sometimes it makes her laugh. So I'm really
no.
upset. I'm like that nose only comes out when I'm legit angry at what happened. And now she's laughing at my anger. And here's
Oh,
what
that's
happens.
the worst.
It takes me to a
I'd be
level.
full bozo.
It takes me to a level of anger that flips me over to laughing. And then I'm so pissed that I'm laughing because she wins. She wins and I laugh. And then the fight is over.
So she can diffuse you.
She can absolutely diffuse me. So if I were to get seriously angry and Bozo the clown face comes on, I'm done. And Grace washes over the clown, and I am done with my anger.
So you're like the dynamite that the closer that the fuse gets to blowing up, at the end it's a joke.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, that's nice. Yeah, I think it would be good because it would teach me that I have to try to communicate the serious nature of these children doing what I say in a better way.
Without being angry.
I will say this.
Is it just like angry voice? Because what if this changes? I know that if I start getting angry face on,
Yeah.
I'll turn into a clown. But what if I just now everything is I have a huge smile on my face and I am barking out orders or possible discipline? Because that sounds far more terrifying.
I don't think it's based on your face or your anger outwardly. This says every time
It's
you get
like a
angry-
mood ring.
It's
So
an emotion.
it's a mood ring. So here's the deal. Let's say we're on the show and we say something you don't like, but you don't want us to know you don't like it. So you just swallow that up inside and move on, but inside you're angry. And all of a sudden we
Clown
look
face.
over and you got a clown face and we go, oh no, he's hurt. He is angry at us. Look at that clown.
This would be a problem.
Okay.
Because
That clown is running down the street.
What?
You turn into a clown, so then they're laughing at you, so then you're even more angry.
Yes.
So then, I'm just saying, like, that is not a world, like, I'd rather obnoxiously clap.
And if you can't hide your, because look, anger is, everybody gets angry, and anger can be like, it could be
Except for Mr. Rogers.
You didn't know him behind the scenes. He laid down the law. I don't know.
The law.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. But like, it's not just the emotion that is bad. It's what you do with the emotion. Like it could be a power or a tool of power that can have productive change when you use it correctly. But if you can't hide it ever, like I'm looking like a clown a lot.
Here's the funny thing about people too, and my wife and I are an example of this. Some people, their emotions, it takes them a while to come down off of it. Other people,
Yeah.
it's like my wife, she'll get really mad, but literally it can be 2 seconds later, she's done, it's over, she's normal. So if I'm using this clown example, if I got mad, it takes me like 20 minutes for the makeup to come off. She would not look like a clown in like 2 seconds. I'd look like a clown for like 30 minutes.
There have to be people out there that would be so angry about being a clown.
Oh,
that
it's
they
perpetual?
would that it is a self-fulfilling prophecy, and once they get angry once, they are a
Perma-clown.
perma angry clown for the
It's
rest of their
perma-clown.
life.
What if you're scared of clowns?
Well, that's probably
reason
gonna make
to be
you
angry.
Angry.
If you are someone who is scared of clowns and you're dressed up as a clown, can you scare yourself?
Like, you can't tickle yourself.
Right.
Can you scare yourself? Well, that's a good question. I don't think you can.
Huh.
I don't think you can. But man, if I look at a picture of
I can make myself laugh. I can make myself, happy.
Yeah, I think you could scare yourself.
but you're scared of yourself.
But you're the clown.
If you dressed up as a spider and then you looked in a mirror, would you be scared?
No, because I'd be dressed as a man spider. Like I'm not afraid of a spider costume. I'm afraid of a photograph of a spider, or heaven forbid, a
real
one.
I've heard they exist. Can I? So are we all going? I'm going clap.
I'm definitely going clown. I'm gonna
Okay.
take my anger and get rid of it.
And then Mike,
I got to go clap.
can I ask? I want to detour for a second because I need a real life question answered.
Oh, getting clown faced.
How would you? This is more of like that's a great question. How do you define yelling?
Ooh.
What is yelling?
Yelling?
Have you ever been down this road
Yes.
before?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. All the time, the kids. Well, you just yelled at me. I'm like, you have not heard
Okay,
me
so
yell.
I'm not alone. I thought I was going to get like shamed on the show.
No.
100%.
They've never heard me yell in their lives.
100% yelling has to, by definition, include the decibel level. It has to be
Sure.
a raised, loud voice.
But I can speak loud.
But yelling is different, though. Speaking loud is not. Yelling is a combination. Like sometimes you tell a kid to do something really seriously.
Right.
Like
Is that yelling?
Like no, that's not yelling.
Of
Yelling
course it's
has
not
to
yelling.
because yelling has to include a louder voice.
You can speak loud, but you can't yell quietly. Right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, this has been one of those things where like, and I think as men, you have a more like domineering voice. So if you barely change your voice, sometimes
Can you yell in a whisper?
You can
over here right now.
That's a shout whisper.
Come on over here.
Yeah,
I
are
would
you
not call that
yelling or are
yelling.
you
No, no.
whispering?
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, but I'm behind this bush.
I think for it to be a yell, it has to hurt.
Oh,
So-
I don't know about that.
Oh, it's got to hurt.
Oh, I can yell without hurting
So
myself.
is the temptation to say you want to see what yelling is? Is that always the temptation? But no, there have been so many, and that's the thing where I would turn into a clown. Is sometimes my kids say I'm yelling when I'm not yelling at all. When I'm just talking like this.
Yeah, you're
Right, you just talk like a New Yorker, and you're like, that's not yelling. That's just talking like this.
All right, Kyle from Patreon. Would you rather work out only one arm or one leg every day for a year? So I mean, you do this. You've got a.
Weren't we just talking about
We were
this?
talking about Lady in the Water and how there's a
Okay.
character that has one huge arm because he only works out one arm. But practically speaking, would you rather, like, would this be good for me? Like on our show,
Yeah. Oh,
I'm only
gotta
seen
go
by my
lefty.
left profile. So
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
only work my left arm out,
Oh, you look ripped.
you never see my right arm.
Yeah, I mean that would be great for you two guys. Because Mike's right arm, Andy's left arm, and for me, I've got the best seat in the house. If you haven't experienced us on YouTube, please
Yeah, but
check
you're
it
just
out.
sitting here guns out.
Yeah,
Well, you've been working out?
no, not recently. I have
Not
worked
not
out.
yesterday.
Right? Like I took today off. Is something I could say every day this year. But I think you do have to go with the arm, though.
No
matter what.
No way. Because while we have
What do you mean? Why?
Because one of them, like, both are dumb visually. You can hide the leg visually, a pair of pants, and you don't look as dumb. But one is practically, like, I feel like it would necessitate a limp. You wouldn't be able to walk evenly because you got, like, one jacked leg and one little scrawny chicken
You
leg.
don't get taller when you work out.
Well, that's fair. That's a good point. I see your point, but maybe my foot is so strong it needs a bigger shoe.
My foot is so buff.
Yeah, you guys see my feet muscles?
So you need a wider shoe or what?
Yeah, it's probably wider and taller. It gives me a huge limp. It's a big problem.
It's my buff foot.
It's got a 6-pack.
Oh man, the veins on that foot are outrageous. No, that's a good point.
man.
I don't think I would have a limp now that I think through this.
You may have a limp because that leg would
You'd be weaker.
sore.
Yeah. One's stronger, clearly, right?
Yeah.
What practical things does a strong leg do for
Oh,
you?
kicking.
Nothing.
What
No.
kicking?
Kicking is not something I do a lot of.
When's the last time you've gone and kicked something? Like kicked it where your muscles matter. Like,
Yeah.
man, I wish I had a stronger leg to kick this
I
thing.
haven't kicked something in a long time.
Kick something?
Kick something with muscles.
Never?
Yeah, exactly. Whereas
You're like, kicking.
the
You'd
practical,
be a great kicker.
yeah,
Never kicked before.
But that's because I don't have one buff leg.
yeah, that's okay. There's a chicken or the egg. That's a good point. Maybe if Mike had one super strong leg, he'd be kicking everything.
Oh, you know him. Be like,
You know it.
My furniture's wrecked.
I would just be telling people, hey, can you hold that roundhouse? Axe kick.
Okay.
Now there are practical uses for one strong arm.
The one strong arm, what are they?
Bringing in groceries, man.
Oh,
Load it
yeah.
all
With one
up
arm?
on
Oh,
the one
yeah.
arm. And then I can open the door with my scrawny, with my chicken wing. and then there you go.
It's my strong arm.
Isn't it funny that arm's always been the same, but if you have one bigger, that one becomes the weak?
Oh, for
It becomes
sure.
the chicken weak arm?
Well, I think the reality is
They're both chicken weak arms.
we have chicken arms right now, and we just will allow ourselves to refer to the truth if we have buff arms.
It would be good for like a new dad. You know, you hold the baby with the...
Well, which one would you want to hold the baby with? I would want the weak arm.
Why?
I don't want to squeeze her to,
Oh.
this is too hard. You
Oh,
little-
no.
I mean, I don't want to be too strong with
If
a
you
newborn.
have one arm that's just way stronger, do you actually know, like, can you control the strength?
Interesting. I
Like,
would,
I mean, you it's a joke, but I think there's something to that of you may not realize how much stronger your strong arm is compared to the
I'm
weak
breaking
arm.
every glass I hold.
It's a strong arm.
I don't think it would be a problem. I do think you would be able to mentally adjust, because I don't know if you know this right now. Right now you have a strong arm and a weak arm.
Yeah,
and you
but
don't.
but not a year-long working out strong arm.
You could win
Arm wrestling yeah.
tournaments, and you.
Well, probably not, because they're working out both their arms and they're just real strong.
But my arm's strongest.
Which one's dumber looking? Like if you...
The arm.
the arm is
the
dumber
arm for
looking.
sure.
No, but what if...
Wear a pair of pants.
No. You don't get the choice, though. I'm just saying, like, we get to... You're wearing a pair of shorts and you're wearing a tank top.
The arm.
The
Still the
arm.
arm. Because a buff
What if
leg,
you had a humongous calf just on one leg?
that would just look like a problem.
Oh, yeah, like you got a blood clot or something?
Right.
All right.
I definitely think that a strong arm would look worse but be more practical. I'm taking it.
All right.
I'm taking
I
the strong
agree.
arm.
That makes more practical sense. Mike's not kicking things.
Now, I would be later.
All right. Julianne from the website. Would you rather play video games for 12 hours straight or watch movies for 12 hours straight?
I love both of these things.
You know, the older I get,
Yep, I know where you're going.
oh no, the older I get, the more work video games are.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm not alone.
Oh my gosh. I played a game. Like, gaming has been a part of how I define myself. You know, my childhood was not playing sports. I mean, whatever. I went outside every once in a while, but my childhood memories
never
are
kicked anything, but
clearly my childhood memories are like the NES, and then moving up to the Super Nintendo. Like, the bulk of my memories are video game related, and no regrets. Like, I'm super happy with those childhood memories. But so now as an adult and as a dad, I'm always trying to find a video game that I can play, and I never have time. And you still get excited for new video games, so you buy new games all the time, and you literally never play them. Like, they just sit in the cellophane package, they sit downloaded and never played. But I downloaded a new game.
Oh, this is recent?
Yeah, I was like, I'm doing it. The reviews on this game are incredible. So hashtag not a sponsor, but Deathloop.
Okay.
It's this new game out, and the premise is incredible. Where it's almost like the movie, the Tom Cruise movie where he dies.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah,
Edge of
it's like
Tomorrow.
it's like that, but it's a video game where
Neat.
the story is just one thing, and every time you die, you go back to the beginning of it.
Really? So you get further and further?
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes. Except I am the oldest man alive now, and with all the menus and all of the upgrading and everything that I had to do instead of just play the game, it's like,
I'm out.
nope, I can't do this. I've never felt older in my life than when I was playing this video game. I didn't understand
We are
how
so
to play.
old.
I have a similar story.
It was the worst.
This last year, there's
That's why I
been
play Rocket League, man.
a game taken over called Genshin Impact. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's
I have not.
It's a freemium like open world RPG game, and my son has been playing it, and he's playing it on his phone, and he's just he's played it a lot.
Sure.
He's begging me to get it and download it. He says, "Oh, you'll like it, you'll play it." So I got it. I downloaded it, and when we were first when he's first walking me through, there's like 700,000 menus, man. There's menus
what
everywhere.
happened?
And I love that usually. Like I'm an RPG guy, so. I love building characters and customizing everything, and I'm just like, this is too much. And so to start, like basically like the tutorial level where you're starting, I'm basically going like my character's like 2 feet. Let me figure these controls out. Okay, I'm gonna run 5 feet. What does this menu do? I'm like the slowest. He's like, just go, and it took me a while.
It's unfortunate. And then most games now, if they're really big, great games, like the first 2.5 hours of playing them is like 2.25 hours
Of cutscenes? Yes.
and then 15 minutes of playing. And like if you break through, like I finally did it, like I went through on Red Dead and I broke through all of that and stayed the course and it became great. But the like mixture of being a dad and not feeling like you have the patience and not knowing how to do it. Like you just aren't like for my kids it's instant.
Yes.
It's instant.
All that being said, the question here is 12 hours of watching movies straight or 12 hours of video games. And while I love movies, and you guys know I can watch me some programs on
Expert.
the TV. 12 hours is a heck of a lot of time to watch something straight. Whereas when I get into a video game,
Dang, you're right.
time just disappears. 12 hours is not enough. When you get into Red Dead or you get into a video game, it's like, wait, you said I get 12 hours. And it's like, yeah, it's been 13. You're like, no, it's been an hour.
I'm changing because you're right. If you have 12 straight hours, that means you've got the first 4 hours to learn how to play the game.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to actually enjoy it.
And you've got permission to take that time to learn it.
But
Yeah.
you got to push through that wall.
We can push
it's
through.
hard, man.
We can push through. We're not that old.
I don't know if I have the strength.
Oh,
Well,
man.
Hold hands, and we will push through together. I'm
Did
taking
you-
video games.
Did you have the moment where you literally, the give up moment?
Oh, yes.
Were you like,
Yeah,
I'm done?
I stopped. I turned it off, and I put a movie on.
He threw the
Oh,
controller.
no.
Yeah. I was like, back in my day, Mario moved to the right.
And you bought
And I
it.
jumped.
And you bought this for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So this is, you bought it, you tried, you failed.
Yeah.
And then he emailed the company and said, my child downloaded this game.
Give me.
I did not authorize this purchase that needed 5 passwords.
Wow, you've talked me into it. I'm going to go video games. Mike, are you movies?
I mean, like, I want to believe that part of me still exists, so I will take the video
What
games.
will unlock it for us?
And
A
the
time
next-
machine?
No, the next great game. We don't have time for good games. There are
Ooh, only great.
every couple years there is a really good game. Get out of here. That's not worth it. Great game, a real maybe two
What
a
was
decade.
the last thing you
Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2 was the last
I
great.
played
game.
through The Last of Us 2, and I made it through.
Oh, you did.
I
Yeah.
played through The Witcher 3, which was
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
It gives me
That one's tough.
I get an aneurysm just thinking about booting up The Witcher.
Now, Al, we
Goodness gracious.
were talking about Red Dead 2 so much that we got you to buy a PS4 and the game. And how far did you get on that one?
I played for probably 8 hours.
Okay.
I don't know how far
Do
I
you
got.
still have the
that
machine?
would be 0.1% of the way through that
Do you
game.
still have the PS4?
No, I got rid of that.
Oh, okay. See, you believe though, right?
I've
you
never
believe
been
that
much
you
of a
could get-
gamer at all, but
Oh,
you guys talked me into it, and it was fun. But it was too long.
All right. Daniel from Twitter, you are texting and public.
I think it's in public.
Mm.
You're texting and public.
Sounds like
Yeah.
lack of editing.
Yeah, nice proofread.
You are texting in public and not paying attention to where you are walking.
Not paying attention to this question that you posted in our show doc.
to where you are walking. Would you rather walk into a pole or fall down a small flight of stairs?
What?
How can this be a question?
How small is the flight?
Would you rather bump your nose
No.
or break every bone of your
Yeah,
body?
no, I'm altering this question.
It's
Would you-
3 stairs.
Would you rather walk? It doesn't matter
It
how.
would. That's too many.
One stair is.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
one step.
We already established we are very old. If you misstep on one stair, your back is out, man.
But it's a curb. It's running into a pole or stepping off a
That
curb
may
that
be
you don't
worse than the staircase.
that you don't know is there.
I was gonna I was gonna go walk into a pole or you fall into a fountain
Ooh, all right.
because I don't that's not gonna hurt like falling down a small flight
At
of
this
stairs.
point in
It's
time-
gonna be real embarrassing.
What I'm looking for here, if I'm going to do something stupid at this point in my life, I want the best story. I want to come into work the next day and tell you guys, you won't believe how stupid I am. And I think the fountain's funnier.
The fountain is a much better story, but I do stupid things
Unless
enough.
I get a welt from the pole
You're
that I
getting
can
one
show.
for sure.
I do enough stupid things. I'm always looking to hide the stories.
Mm.
You guys only hear 1% of my stories. So to me, walking in the pole is like, that's when you can try to like just nothing happened, nothing to see here. You know, the whack, and then you quickly look around to see if anybody saw, and then you just move on.
Have you done that in public where you've walked into
I-
something and then you look around and you go, oh my gosh.
I have done that. This was before texting and stuff, so there's no phone. So I'm like a junior high teenager, and we're somewhere, or we're up north where the buildings are a bit older. So like somehow there was either like an air conditioning unit, or just, there was a low overhang, and I was walking with my friends, and I had my hat on low, and I happened to be just looking at the ground, and everyone else saw it,
And ducked?
and I went right into it, man. Just bang. And so that became a legendary story
See, there you
that
go.
was brought up from time.
Now, have you walked into
No.
another person? Like hardcore? Like
I've never done that.
Okay.
You ever walked into the glass doors?
Oh,
No,
yes.
I've never done that either.
Yes, I have.
That one
Like
is
face first?
Oh yeah, because you don't think there's a door there. You're just walking through like a
man.
you think the back sliding door is
Did,
open.
did your face grease stain the door?
Oh,
How do
know
you
it.
play that off?
You can't play that. The only way to play that off is
That's
you
a
look,
nice door you got there.
The only way to play that off is to be not seen. I mean, someone sees it and that's a party.
Do you turn around and walk the other way like you meant to be going the other way?
You probably walk and turn around and go the other way because you forgot what you were doing.
All right. Let's move forward. Hey, Spitwads, there are a lot of reasons to stay hydrated through your daily life. In fact, here in the studio, I often see several of our employees, Brooks, Papa Josh, they're throwing back some extra hydration because maybe you stayed up late binging that TV show. Maybe your day was back-to-back meetings. You've been talking all day long. And maybe you're taking walks or doing, maybe that minor athletic stuff. Maybe you're not like a professional athlete, but you try to stay healthy. Look, you don't have to be an athlete to need extra hydration throughout the day. From Zoom meetings to workouts to long travel days to fun nights out, let's talk about Liquid IV. Liquid IV makes it easy to stay hydrated with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. What do I love most about Liquid IV? The taste. It tastes great. It's an easy way to stay hydrated. The flavors. I like the different flavors and the variety and how on a daily basis I notice the difference when I feel hydrated. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk right now nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code BALLERS at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop better hydration today using promo code BALLERS at liquidiv.com.
Is this real life?
All right, this is the segment on the Spitballers podcast where we each share a story from real life that just doesn't seem like it should be real life. I'll share mine first.
Well, let me ask this.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Because my story is like fascinating. My story is not a laugher. So if anybody has like a hilarious story, I need to go before you because I don't want to follow up something really funny. Mine's just like a.
Well, go ahead and share yours.
All right. So there was a woman in Portugal.
What?
Oh my gosh.
That's the joke.
Oh.
And
Okay, what's yours?
Thought
Andy?
there were only men there.
A new mother, 2 days after her the birth, and her armpit started to hurt, and then and a lump was there, and she went into the doctor
After she gave birth?
Yes.
Okay.
And it increased in pain, it became swollen, and then there was like a discharge from her armpit, and
I don't like this.
no, it turns out it was breast milk. And this is not an uncommon thing.
What? A boob pit?
Yeah, there was a boob pit.
Whoa.
And the mother was diagnosed with polymastia, which is a condition in which the accessory breast tissue develops along the former
So it really was.
embryonic mammary ridge. Like when during the pregnancy, and while everything's like hooking up, all the wires and all the intricacies of the milk getting ready for the baby, like
Was this a bonus or
Yes, this was a bonus.
Okay,
but,
this wasn't like a change of.
but like they're saying that all women, there's like a line or like I don't exactly know because hashtag not a doctor
Or a woman.
or a woman have never given birth, but this is not an uncommon thing.
Now, I
that
don't believe-
an additional area will like grow what is technically breast
mammary
tissue.
gland?
Yeah, and the milk will come out of it.
So
Well, that's not fair to her.
yeah, that's
No,
not fair to her.
but
But
that's-
I also
that's
take.
I wouldn't
wild.
drink pit milk.
I take. Yeah.
You just got
Just-
the baby up.
You get the baby just
that's
sucking
what I
on the
mean.
armpit.
I mean,
You could do it at least like
Look.
you could do it in public a little easier.
we all. That's true. We're all dads, right? And like, I don't know if your wives both breastfed, but like, it can be a really challenging thing where
Yes, it can.
We're either like not producing enough milk. Like,
Sure.
if you could produce the pit milk, you'd use it.
You hook up the
Pump to the the pump pit.
I need to go milk my pits.
Now, the only thing that I take umbrage with a little bit here is that they say that is not uncommon, and I feel like that was a lie told to this woman because you started this story with a woman in Portugal. So if this is not an uncommon thing, I don't think we have to go to
Why
like.
did it need to be in Portugal?
Yeah, exactly.
because that's where this story was from. Research suggests that between 2 to 6% of women are born with additional breast tissue.
So there's like, but not all of it has a mammary gland, I'm assuming.
This
is very interesting.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. Okay.
That seems like maybe we're trying to hide the people in our country that have this, and we're just saying they're all in Portugal.
If you had armpit milk, I mean that's not something
You leave the
you're-
country.
you're-
She started it here.
Sure.
And then, okay.
Are you doing yours now?
Sure, I'll
right.
go. Mine is a little different, not quite as scientific and fascinating. This one is just dumb. Florida man.
Oh yeah, here we go.
We already
Here
know
we
we're off to
go.
a good start. Florida man tries to trade back vehicle he stole. So
Wait, trade back?
yes, he goes to a
He stole it from a dealer?
He stole it from a dealer, but then he wanted a new car. So he comes back with the stolen vehicle to try to trade it in for a new car.
He tried to do the steel return.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if someone stole your bike and then was like, dude, I heard you're missing a bike. I'll sell you this one for $200. That's my bike.
That's our car, sir. No, it's not. Sir, there's a number on it. There is a VIN.
And that's how it was found.
Oh, you duh.
But what's really funny
Why
about
did you paint it another color?
what's funny about this to me is that so they found it by the VIN. Like once they were
Of
doing
course,
the trade in,
yeah.
they run the VIN and they're like, "This is our stolen car." But like that would have happened. That would have been flagged at any dealership.
Yes.
Like the fact that someone stole a car. Grand Theft Auto.
Scene of the crime.
This is a major, like, you're going to prison for a while, and you're trying to move this hot car, and you take it to a dealership to just try to trade it in. How often do you think this happens where it's like, yeah, this is mine.
Here's
Don't
the
worry
real
about it.
question. If you've done that, you've stolen the car, you've taken possession of it, time has passed, and then you go to try to trade it in. If you can the dealer just take it?
Ooh, like a repo thing? Like they?
Well, I mean, like if
like
they,
a sting operation. You think the guy thinks he's going to get money, and they just take the
No, I
car?
just mean like literally once they find out, when they come back and they go, "Sir, this is actually the vehicle you stole." Can they just possess it?
Yes.
Or can he claim? Like, what if he claimed, "No, that's my car. You can't have that car," and then he calls the police?
Well, I can tell you what
You
happened
can go
here.
ahead, call the police.
Yeah, I can tell you
Sir,
what happened
where's your
here.
title?
The police came to
Okay.
the dealership.
How did it go?
Well, they arrested the man for Grand Theft Auto and criminal mischief, which
Oh, you don't want to be that criminally mischievous.
no, I mean, it was like, well, we would have just given you Grand Theft Auto, but you brought it back to the dealership.
Is that a good thing for your rap sheet? Like, I
The criminal mischief part?
I figure you can get some.
you
Like,
get a nice
street
gig.
cred.
Yeah,
you're
you'd get
like,
a gig.
I got GTA on the record, and they're like, "What's this? Criminal mischief?"
Yeah, that'll get you a better job on your next criminal enterprise. All right, here's mine. This one's crazy. I actually saw this story when it was actually coming out. It wasn't that long ago. But basically, a bride and groom
Mm-hmm.
are at the altar.
Congratulations.
The bride determines at the altar that she's not 100% sure that the groom was completely honest about his education. And he had claimed, this is a bride in India,
Okay.
and in Mahoba, India.
Okay.
And she was concerned that the groom hadn't been honest when he represented himself as basically this college-educated, very smart person.
This
And,
is
you
like
know,
Catch Me If You Can.
And this is like a family, like the bride and the family of the bride were kind of concerned about this. So at the altar, she decides to ask him to recite his multiplication tables by 2. And he failed.
That's where he got tripped up.
And
Twos
he-
on the
by
twos,
the 2s.
bro.
And so
It's
now,
not even multiplication.
so
bro, the twos.
the 2s.
It's just
Now do you blame her for walking away?
No.
Because she walked away at the altar and they didn't get
No,
married.
look, the nines, maybe we all struggle from time to time with our nines, but the twos.
The twos are just maybe she should have said doubles, and he would have been like, "Oh yeah, doubles of 8, 16. Twos, what's this?"
The twos.
The problem that
twos.
I have is that it made it to an altar. Like, why didn't this come up maybe before planning the wedding and getting involved?
part of the sting
On
operation.
the altar in front of their guests, the bride tested the groom's basic math skills. His failure made it clear that they had lied about his education, and she walked off, and the guests were shocked. And family members tried to say, hey, let's save this. It's just his multiplication tables.
Well, go move to the threes then.
He may not even have gone to school, a cousin of the bride said.
So, let's say that story's wild. Let's say it goes the other way though, and this dude, he smashes all the way through his 12s. Like this guy knows his time.
Super impressive.
Then
Does he walk away?
then how do you move forward with your potential life partner at the moment of your agreeing
He
to
would
share
get-
your life?
He would get to handle the finances at that point. He would be awarded the finances of the.
Also, this is
How do you move past
This
that?
is
Either way.
Yeah, this is great news. I'm so glad they didn't get married because this thing was doomed. This thing was 100% not going to work out.
I mean, I guess it's better at the altar than like day 1, day 2. And she's just doing subtle math quizzes around the house.
She's like, if I had 3 pairs of shoes, how many shoes would I have?
22?
I mean, because a divorce story would have been pretty bad too.
She would have cleaned house.
Yeah.
You could-
Oh yeah. We're gonna split this 98-2.
You could have hit that dude with exponentials, and he would have been left with nothing.
That's true. This is
She
a
missed her
mistake.
chance.
All right. Let's jump into the draft.
Spitballers Draft.
Yeah, that's half of everything I have.
I get the square root of X of the finances. And he's like, that sounds like a good deal.
All right, we are going to draft the best cheese-based foods.
Here we go.
There are a lot of them, and they're all delicious. And Jason drafts number one here.
We're going to have so much cheese, I ain't never pooping again. I'm going pizza.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Cheese-based foods. You gotta start with pizza. It's a classic. You can have a million differit varieties.
Tell us about this pizza you speak of.
If you're listening,
If you're
and,
new,
and you're not familiar with pizza, it's real good. You can get it just about every corner in the country. I highly.
What about
recommend
Portugal?
It. Probably.
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
This is where it gets interesting.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
I wasn't sure where you would go.
There are other very, very good choices, and in some ways, I mean, not really though. I was gonna say I'm envious of you getting two back to back.
I feel like mac and cheese was the easy second pick, though.
That was the one that I completely did not think about at all. And then
Is it because cheese is in the name?
Apparently, I had made like a list of 10, and then afterwards, it was the only thing that I was considering next to the pizza. Is like, man, mac and cheese. It's really good. It's just not a pizza.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's its worst quality.
Mike.
All right.
What are you going
So
with?
I got the back-to-back picks, pizza and mac and cheese. I'm happy I get two powerhouses, but I don't know that I have the power to compete with those things. So I'm just going to go with the heart here. And but I don't know what the heart wants.
Mike,
Heart
you're doing
is
it wrong.
deceitful.
Go with the belly.
Go with the belly? All right, well, I mean, okay, well, then the belly wants what the belly wants. I'm going to start this off with loaded fries. I'll start of the cheese fries.
So cheesy fries.
The cheesy fries are a delightful concoction.
Now, are you just out of curiosity, because a lot of places have these, but the one that I think of the most is Sonic.
The one that I think of the most.
For a loaded fry?
Not loaded. I mean,
But
like
cheese
for
fries.
Cheese fry?
Did
Really?
you know that they make that?
Oh, yeah, I get it there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I eat it every Wednesday and Friday. I think of In-N-Out. In-N-Out is my cheese
Ooh.
fries.
There's cheese
Animal.
on those?
You get the
Well,
animal fries.
There's two totally different. Yeah, you can get animal fries, but my kids always get the cheese
You can
fries.
just get cheese there.
Cheese fries.
And is it a melted slice?
Yep, and it is fantastic.
Well, that sounds like
It's-
something I need to do in
it's wild,
an
but
hour.
I think of, I don't know why, but it's their plate stuck with me. I think of the Outback.
Okay.
Like
They have cheesy fries?
Everybody has an appetizer of loaded fries, but somehow the Outback has like just stood out in my memory of their cheese fries are sensational.
I'm learning new things. This is a good show.
This is such an informative episode.
Mike,
Okay.
you have a second pick.
I do, and this is where, man, I'm really, really torn here between two staples. Honestly, two staples.
You're struggling.
I'm gonna go with the grilled cheese.
Okay.
I'll go with the classic.
All right.
I didn't have it on my list.
You didn't have grilled cheese on your list?
What an idiot! We said this in the studio beforehand. We're like, because we kept thinking of things. The more that we thought was like, oh, we're missing this.
Yeah.
What?
Grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese? How was that not on my cheese-based foods? It's right in the name.
All right.
Great pick.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's a great pick. This is troubling because I know I have two that I want, but I know they're not both like. There's no way that they get through Jason. Jason is a master of food drafts and food, and he's going to select one of them. So this is awful. So I'm going to go with.
We need to check the tape. Is Jason really a master of the food drafts, or does he always just have the first pick when it's a food draft?
I think
delicious.
that is actually very accurate
Because
I think he always has the first pick of food drafts.
like we'll put the polls out. It'll be fun, it's for some giggles, but it's pizza. Pizza wins everything. But anyway, so go ahead.
Nachos.
Oh, yeah.
Dang it, that
I'm
was what
taking nachos. I'm taking I was.
I couldn't
There's
go
a
cheese
chance-
fries and nachos.
There's a chance that the other one gets through
I
Jason.
think it will get back to you.
Okay.
I don't know what you're looking for, but I'm going my own way here. I wanted to go popular with nachos because nachos are just such a hit.
But they're my pick.
and they were your pick. So I was you said you had 2, so I knew I had a 50% chance of getting nachos, and I lost that fight. So I'm looking at my list here. There are so many good things. Man, cheese is good. Oh, brother.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Hashtag
Cheese?
not a
Cheese.
sponsor.
Big cheese. Big
Oh.
cheese should be a sponsor.
Listen, Big Cheese, if you're out there, Mr. and Mrs. Chi, we are totally down to support your product.
Yeah.
By being financially supported.
Of course.
Yeah.
Big fan of your product. So, yeah. So,
Do you think big cheese and big diuretics work together?
oh, that's smart because you eat enough Big Cheese, you're going to need something to wash that out,
Yeah.
as they say.
And a big doctor.
Yeah, a fair big cholesterol.
Yeah.
All right, your 2 picks.
All right. Okay.
Illuminati stuff going
Yeah.
on here.
All right. I'm going to go with we've got a couple appetizers here. Like I view nachos as an appetizer, you know.
Sure.
You
cheese
definitely
fries is an
didn't say
appetizer.
appetizer, right?
No, I did
Okay.
not. I would never.
Go on.
But I'm going to go with the mozzarella sticks.
Okay.
That's the other pick.
Really?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so you
Really?
definitely took it. Look, the range of outcomes on mozzarella sticks, I'll admit, it's wide. You can have delicious ones, and you can have some
that are just really good.
that are just really good. All right, that's fair.
It's really
Now,
true.
do you prefer stick or do you prefer triangle?
So I
Oh, triangle. I thought you were going to say like patty.
yeah, but all shapes are welcome.
Wait.
Like
Patty?
coin,
Oh,
like a
like
coin.
a medallion, like
yeah,
a
like a
mozzarella
medallion of cheese.
I don't think I've ever gotten the medallion.
That's
like,
more common than triangle.
What?
Jason, you're the authority
Yeah.
on cheese.
You eat at fancier places. Fancier places
Where
have
would
the
I
medallions.
Tell me where I would get this.
I didn't know I was a rich cheese eater.
The only medallion fried mozzarella I can think of is like if it comes on a burger.
No.
They specially shape it for the burger. Where are you
There's
getting...
also the rectangles.
I've
Yeah,
never
yeah,
seen
you
a
mu-
rect. Oh, yes, I have.
That's just like a flat stick.
Yeah. TGI Fridays used to just smash their mozzarella stick down and act like it was fancy.
Okay, so there are varieties, but you're taking it. That's a good pick.
For the record, all are delicious. I mean,
Yeah.
super good.
Well, because the key ingredient is the cheese.
Yeah. There is one that is weird. I don't know if you guys, this is very local, but you're listening. Zips, have you guys ever had their mozzarella sticks?
You love Zips.
I do, but their mozzarella sticks are stupid. They come.
The corkscrews.
That's not breaded. The outside is like a spring roll.
Still breezy in Phoenix today.
All right, my second pick here.
So I was hanging out at 75th and Bell. You can't imagine what was happening there.
Anyways, I want to talk for a while about John.
Man, he does think
Johnny.
he's in the Truman Show.
All right. For my second pick, I'm going to go with the heart over to the popular. It's the exact same thing. This is someone else is going to draft the exact same thing I'm drafting right now. They're going to get the more popular, but the clear worse version.
Ooh.
I am taking something that you guys know. If we go to a Mexican restaurant, I will order every single time, and it's basically pizza minus the sauce.
Oh.
I'm taking a cheese crisp, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, cheese crisp is great that you took that because that means I could take a cheese quesadilla.
Yeah.
And it's all mine.
All you're doing is flipping it in half and making it smaller and stupid.
a cheese quesadilla is so much better.
so much better.
That's what I said. I'm going with the heart and the truth versus popularity and your stupid opinions.
It's not. The quesadilla has more cheese.
The
Hey,
quesadilla.
how do things get popular? By being more delicious than the other things.
quesadilla has absolutely no more cheese.
Oh, it definitely
It
has more cheese.
certainly does.
Okay, not
More
per
cheese
bread.
per capita.
Oh, not per bread.
I mean, that's
Look, per bite is what I care about, my brother.
I want my cheese crispy, and that's why I go with cheese crisp. You fold this thing in half, and you got this soggy, oily, nasty, soft quesadilla. What a terrible pick, Andy. Unfold that thing, leave it in the oven a little bit longer, and have
You
it
do
crispy.
like a good cheese crisp. You're the one adult man that I know that's ordered it around me.
I'm definitely eating a cheese crisp.
Well,
All right,
this
Mike.
is fantastic news over here, fellas. Number one for the turn, I'm going to take a cheesesteak. I will take the Philly cheesesteak, my friends.
Dang it! There's
Okay.
no way that I can nullify that pick.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
cheese is in the.
it's called the cheesesteak.
You know what else it is in? A cheeseburger. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Next pick.
Yeah, see, that one seems really hard.
Why?
Would you say it's a lettuce-based food?
No, have you ever ordered just a lettuce burger?
Dang it. Good comeback.
Actually, yeah. I mean, people order hamburgers.
You can order a lettuce wrapped cheeseburger.
I order a lettuce burger. A lettuce burger.
We good? We're good here, Al.
All right.
Yeah.
Cheese-based food.
Look, it's
It's
in
got
the
Yeah, I
cheese
name.
thought
in
you were
the
gonna
name.
go Juicy Lucy. That'd be a little bit more cheese-based
It's just what? It's the exact same thing. It's just on the inside.
and the outside.
It's not on the outside.
Okay.
It is.
Look, I'll admit, Mike totally
he
he
the
went from
system.
not feeling like he had picks to he discovered a new pantheon of picks.
Well, I couldn't believe that cheeseburger made it back.
So
I thought about cheese. I didn't put it on the list because I didn't see it as a cheese-based food, but it's in the name. So
there
we'll
is a
give it to
chance
you.
people will vote based on the heavier cheese to everything else ratio. Because there are foods that are more just cheese, like
Sure.
my final pick, which I have
This is
mac and
not your final pick, by the way. Wait, is it?
It is.
Oh, I'm done.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
you're done.
yeah, wrap
You're
it
good.
up. Wrap it up.
Mac and cheese nachos, cheese quesadilla, and I'm going to close it out with the very underrated but very delicious cheese curds.
Oh,
cheese
yeah.
curds
Oh, yes.
are wonderful,
They are
spectacular.
They are fried mozzarella. It's just in a little circular
Well, I mean,
shape.
technically, cheese curds aren't even fried. I mean,
Wait,
what?
What?
they're not.
Oh,
Most cheese
that's-
curds are not fried. They're a bag full
Are
of
they
cheese curds.
baked?
No,
No, they're
they're
not even
just
hot.
cheese. They're just so we look at cheese curds.
What?
And what we're at whenever we get cheese
They're
curds,
breaded, though, right?
No, when you order cheese curds at Culver's or at a restaurant, they are
Those
always
are
breaded.
breaded
They're
cheese
breaded
curds.
and fried. But they don't call them fried cheese curds. They just call them cheese curds. But in reality, Andy is right. A cheese curd
What?
is just the inside, and those are delicious.
They're unbelievable.
I mean, it's just cheese.
It's a bag full of cheese curds.
Yeah.
You can
I
do
am
some
shocked.
research.
So you're saying, technically speaking, a cheese curd is not breaded.
Correct.
Yeah,
A cheese curd is just a little
it's
lump
like
of
a
cheese.
nub of cheese.
A nub. Good word. A
Thank
nub
you.
of cheese.
Yeah.
Goodness. So this.
I have family from Wisconsin. I mean, Al's over there. He's nodding. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're anywhere in the what is that, the Midwest,
So
you're eating cheese curds by the bagful.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen people?
is it? Look, it's a hardier part of the nation.
Oh.
Look, I don't blame you. You got a lot of cheese up there.
Is now you may have said it, but my mind was too busy being exploded. Do you serve it warm?
No.
No,
Cold. Right out the
right
bag.
out of the fridge.
So it's just
It's not the
You're
same
just-
thing as a block of cheese. It really is.
It is not.
how
at
is it
all.
not? How is it different?
It's because it's little bite size. It's like you know how you have popcorn shrimp, right? It's like popcorn cheese.
They are moist pieces of curdled milk eaten alone as a snack or used in dishes.
Yeah, and you could just pop them in your mouth.
But what if I just took a block of cheese and I cut it up
It's
in?
not the same.
It's really.
Look at
it's
the picture
really
that-
not. I don't.
look
I
at the
don't understand.
pictures.
Like if you were to cube a block of cheddar, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean, and you just
Sure.
cube it about the same size.
They're not the same.
Nothing similar.
But
Like
what changes it?
the cheese curds.
It's
are,
a younger cheddar.
There's a texture difference too. They're a lot
Yes.
softer and
But
almost
they're softer,
They're like
so like
squeaky in between.
and
Yeah,
they're
squeaky.
so
Squeaky
salty.
cheese is what
But
they call
why?
it.
So
what makes
salty.
them? What makes them soft and squeaky?
The
I'm
curd-
not getting any answers
The
here.
curd. The curd is what makes them.
They call it
squeaky.
normally.
and
My
salty.
my wife would just say, "Give me some squeaky cheese."
No, she doesn't.
My
Yeah,
wife
it's
says
called
the
squeaky
exact
cheese.
same thing.
It's called squeaky
What?
cheese. Yeah,
That's dumb.
they are.
You're
they're-
married to psychopaths.
It's just a young cheddar that has not been aged.
A
in
young
any way. It
Yeah,
is.
Yeah. This is like teenage cheddar.
Here's rule number 3 of cheese curds: good curds squeak. If your curd doesn't squeak, you're not holding a fresh curd.
Oh man, squeaky curd gets the eat. That's what I would say.
Squeaky curd gets the eat.
Man.
Old curds aren't bad, comma. They're just cheese.
It's just not as
okay,
good.
so like somehow in the
it's
aging,
the babies.
It's
it's
the,
the-
oh no!
yeah, baby cheese.
It's like
the
lamb
baby
chops.
cheese.
Yes, exactly. This is the veal of cheese.
Rule number 6: some curds are just cheese chunks.
That's not a rule. That's
Um,
that's an idea.
They have a very short shelf life. Squeaky cheese. All right, That's what I'm taking. Cheese
Okay.
curds. You know it when you know it.
That's great. That's on my list.
So it's like you were making cheese, and you're like, I can't wait anymore. I gotta eat this cheese.
You're darn right. Give me that squeaky cheese.
Wow.
I know I should wait, but I'm hungry. All right, so I'm really struggling between
Show
two
is
here.
so educational.
Oh, it really is. Just for the three of us. Everyone listening knows all this. Man, I'm looking at two different cheese dips here.
Okay.
And
Like a con queso?
so one of them is queso. I'm trying to decide between queso and fondue here for my final pick.
Ooh.
I love fondue. I love
fondue
going
is
out
just
for
hot
fondue.
cheese.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's melted cheese.
It's melted cheese. But it's an experience too.
Well, also, you can't go to if you went to a restaurant and you ordered melted cheese, that would cost $6. But if you order fondue, that's
$60.
you put a 0 on the end of that number.
Now, is fondue made of the oldest, like the grandma cheese?
We make fondue at home quite often, and
I make a lot of melted cheese.
what is not just melted cheese? There's a lot of stuff that
I have curded cheese.
you gotta put like we use a beer base, and you gotta have some what's the white powdery stuff called? Not flour.
Salt?
No, like to keep the cheese from sticking to itself. Corn.
You're on your own here.
Cornstarch. There it is. Thank you. I'm gonna take fondue. I love fondue.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I was
All right.
considering that or queso, and queso is great.
So it's cheese fondue.
But yes, cheese
That's
fondue.
That's great. Honestly, all the fondue restaurants, that's the best part. Bread and cheese.
Oh yeah, the dessert is great, but stop with the.
It's funny how many
Entrees.
ways that we dress up bread and cheese as a normal meal.
Oh, yeah.
We go and we do. It's mac and cheese, but it's also pizza, but it's also like fettuccine Alfredo. That's just mac and cheese in a different wrapping.
Yeah, it's white. That's it. That's the only difference. More butter.
Look, I'm really proud of this group that cheesecake did not get drafted.
It's
Wow.
on my list, and if you guys did a better job, I would have had to get down.
You
to
know,
it.
a cheese Danish. Oh, give me one of
Oh
those.
man, do I love a cheese
I
Danish.
could eat 1,000.
Oh my goodness, I will never stop. I would never stop eating.
They're so good.
However many cheese Danishes are in front of me is how many I will eat.
Yes, I agree, brother.
Other things on my list, you had the queso spinach artichoke dip, which is good, but it's like
It's fine.
it's below the other dips.
Yeah.
Cheese enchiladas
Oh, I got that on my list.
enchiladas is on my list.
and potatoes au gratin.
I got that on my list
oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
I have
cheese dip is the
yeah.
last one.
like ravioli.
Ooh.
And then I'm a huge fan. Look, my love for like a good Chipotle burrito or just whatever, actual authentic, like fully stuffed burrito. But you give me just a bean and cheese burrito,
Those
I'm
are very
all-
popular
I'm all
with my
over
kids.
that.
My
Those
kids
are
love them.
They're
so
delightful.
good. Bean and cheese
So good.
burritos get no respect,
They don't.
but they are super good, and I will
Yes.
never order one.
Now, to be-
I will never order it.
Let me just bring something up. We're willing to eat cheese quesadillas, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
We're
Oh, yeah.
willing to eat cheese enchiladas, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
But are we not willing to eat a straight cheese burrito?
I'm gonna try it.
A straight cheese. Like, well,
what's the difference
no,
between
no,
those
hold on.
three things?
What's the difference between a quesadilla and a cheese burrito? It would just be how it's folded.
Correct. But nobody eats a cheese burrito.
I feel like the
I
difference.
would get down with that.
I'm saying we should
The difference is
Patent
just
that.
the size of the cheese in the middle.
You know what? There might your ratio of cheese to bread, as my friend eloquently brought forth. I think it might be too cheesy.
Although you know what's been too cheesy before is a cheese what's not the pizza, the whole
A pizzone.
Hot pocket.
no, a pizzone pocket. It's not a pizzone though.
Well, that's the pizza.
calzone.
That's the
calzone.
Pizza Hut version.
I've had a calzone. I've had a calzone where I'm chewing a full mouthful
Yeah,
of cheese.
yeah.
Oh, down at our local pizza place. Talk about local. This guy.
He didn't. I said a calzone. All right, we're done.
I was driving down the 101.
What did we learn today?
You all out there learned a lot about where Jason lives.
I learned that Mike has never kicked anything in his life.
I learned that cheese curds are baby cheese.
I did too.
That is also what I learned. If I learned anything else, I was the one who taught everybody that you can
You can draft a cheeseburger. That's for sure.
No, you can feed a baby from your armpit.
I learned that today, and I didn't know you could do that.
If everything goes right,
You guys want to get some cheese for dinner?
you're darn right I
Yes.
do.
All right.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.